Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Want to do a video response to Carsten, Olsen, his 250 subscribers contest. I just came in a minute ago and saw his video and thought, nice, simple, right to the point type questions. Let me knock it out really quick before I start getting into stuff. Especially considering there's about 3 or 4 different threads I need to respond to this weekend, which I'm going to do between today and tomorrow. So I thought, let me just go ahead and knock Carsten's out and start off by saying, of course, congratulations on the 250 subs. Love your video, love your channel, love your music room setup. I mean, of course, we have a lot of the same taste in music. It's kind of the whole nine, man. You're a fantastic guy to have in the VC without question. So it's an honor to be able to do a subs contest for you. But yeah, like I said, he had 5 questions, and let me just kind of jump right in and get to it. Now, those of you that know Carsten knows he's a big Prince fan, and so his first question was kind of, what's your take on Prince? A lot of different directions I can go with it, depending on if you're talking about his music, the image, you know, just on and on, or his things he does, and so forth. Let me kind of talk about maybe some good things and then maybe a couple of things that bugs me about him. Good things, when I think about Prince as an artist, the first thing that comes to mind is genius. Total and complete musical genius. And I mean, really, if someone just comes up and says, name an artist you think is an absolute genius. I mean, Prince literally is one of the first, if not the first, one of the first 2 artists that come to mind. And I guess the reason I say that is because, well, kind of the same reason Eric Clapton actually said the same thing. And I don't remember the exact interview or wherever it was, but someone asked Clapton about Prince, or even Clapton just brought it up. But anyway, basically what Clapton said was, thank God that Prince is the artist that he is, because he's keeping creativity alive in the world of music. I mean, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but that's in essence what he said. And I totally agree with that. And I guess maybe even another way to kind of lay that out, as far as the genius I see, there's 2 different ends of the spectrum. Like on this end of the genius spectrum, you have bands like AC/DC. AC/DC, from Dirty Deeds all the way through Black Ice, has been the exact same band. I mean, that spans 20, 30 years or whatever. You can take any song off of any album from any decade and move it over to another album in another decade, even with the change of lead singers. And someone who's listening to AC/DC for the first time or just don't really know them that well would never be able to tell any of those songs were out of place. And that's the genius to me about AC/DC, is they have this formula, it freaking works, they stick with it, and they don't alter a single thing. So that's the genius on this side of the spectrum. Over here, the genius is Prince, where you have no idea what you're going to get from that guy. One minute you're listening to something that sounds very R&B-ish, the next minute it's very pop-ish, the next minute he's, you know, shredding like there's no tomorrow. You know, the next minute it's all synth pop. I mean, you just have no idea over the course of his career what you were going to get from that guy. And it really impresses the heck out of me when you think about how great a guitarist he is. Like if you listen to him when he did I know I've mentioned this before, about like the solo that he did for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Clapton and all those guys of While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and you know the guy can play. I mean, you listen to the guitar solo at the end of Let's Go Crazy, song that got overplayed and most people just kind of brush it off as just one more fad that was there. But you listen to that guitar solo, the dude can play. But yet, some of his biggest hits, like When Doves Cry, I mean, most of that song is not based, there's a small guitar solo towards the end, but a vast majority of that song is based around the most simple synthesizer riff. I mean, Darlin' Nikki, or just, I mean, you can go on and on and on. So that to me is total genius, that someone who could be that talented and not allow himself to get locked into a piano, not get locked into a synthesizer, not get locked into a guitar or anything of that nature. He just lets music flow, and wherever it comes and wherever it takes him, he goes there. And to me, that's why he's able to create some of the genius stuff that he has. So yeah, from a music perspective, that's definitely my take on him. His creativity is above and beyond just about any other artist I can put out there. You know, Michael Jackson might fall into that category, but even then, Michael Jackson pretty much stayed right down the pop line. I mean, he didn't get a lot of stuff that went out of those bounds. He was very creative within the pop lines, but he was still very, very much pop across the board. I really can't think of another artist that I would compare on that level of just creativity. Yeah, see, I want to say Rush, but even then, not as far of a swing when they got into their creative elements as Prince. But anyway, so that's kind of my take on the good part of Prince. Oh, and I should say too, part of the genius factor, if you can be, or you know, if you are, I should say, 3 foot 5 inches tall, and you decide, you know, scrawny, light skin, the whole nine, I'm gonna go and put on some yellow and purple felt-looking 4-inch heels and fluffy ruffled shirts and blah blah blah, and I'm going to become like one of the sexiest, most desirable men to women, and I'm going to just, you know, become a just incredible star. That's genius as far as I'm concerned. That's just, I mean, absolute genius. So again, from the Prince persona to his creativity, which I think that's actually part of the creativity. That's the word I keep repeating. Or how many times I said it now? Like 30? Genius? But that's my take on him from a positive perspective. From a negative perspective, really the biggest thing about him that gets on my nerves, I mean, he can act kind of silly and try to, you know, like when he did that first interview with, was it Dick Clark or whatever, Dick Clark was asking him questions and he's just like putting up fingers. How long you been up? Like, really, don't be a dumbass. The guy's giving you a chance, you know, appreciate it, respect his show. But anyway, my biggest problem with Prince kind of goes back to the whole YouTube thing, quite frankly. That's probably the biggest issue I have with him. You know, I understand a lot more so what Lars did with Napster, in the sense that I don't care how much money I have. You know, you kind of take my property and give it away for free. No, I don't care if I'm a millionaire, if I don't care if I'm only worth $5. You don't get to take my stuff and give it away for free. So I understand Lars and the Napster thing. What I don't understand and what bothers me is you can't be doing a video here on YouTube and a Prince song comes on in the background and your video is, you know, it's not selling your video, it's not giving away your music for free. When you get to the point where you're so anal about your music even being background music that someone's playing in a video where they're yapping or whatever, my attitude towards that is, you know, hey, don't forget who made you, Prince. Because creativity is great, the image is great, and blah, blah, blah. But without those people out there supporting you and spending their money to purchase your genius, quite frankly, you know, you're just one other schmo, you know, doing whatever. So to see that type of lack of appreciation towards your fan base, that definitely pisses me off a little bit about Prince. So that's my good and bad. Again, file sharing and all that, I can understand that, but, you know, anyway. So next question was, show your Prince collection. Okay, let me kind of jump right into it. I'll do vinyl first. So we'll start off with, okay. We got Prince here. Little freak, little self-titled. Of course, you got songs like "I Want to Be Your Lover" and other great stuff there. And actually, I'm gonna go. Just want me to show it. I won't talk a lot about each one here. Wait a second. Make sure I keep this in order. Then, I mean, there you go. This, of course, has Dirty Mind, Uptown, a couple other great tracks on there. Then you have Controversy, one of the first albums I discovered after Purple Rain, which, of course, has a lot of different things on here, too. I mean, again, just title track Controversy, which is great. I think Private Joy is on this one, isn't it? That's also a really great song, but let's see. Then, of course, 1999. And kind of when MTV threw Prince into the stratosphere. With stuff like Little Red Corvette in 1999 and all that great stuff. Nice 2 LP set. And, of course, the classic, Purple Rain. Everyone knows that one. Oh, man, I gotta turn these backwards. Keep them in order there. Let's Go Crazy. 12-inch there. And then you got more. And actually, what's no Raspberry Berets on this one? Okay, no Raspberry Beret. Oh, okay, no, I'm thinking about a different album here. Okay, so this is Around the World 8 Days. Sorry, I was getting something confused with something that was actually on this album, which is Parade. Arguably next to Purple Rain, probably my favorite Prince album. Again, it's one of those albums that I think a lot of the genius comes out when you hear songs like Girls and Boys, and especially Sometimes It Snows in April. Every time I hear that song, I just like, how did you come up with that? Fantastic. You got a little more Prince here. And of course on here you have Sign of the Times and all that great stuff. And then you got The Look. I'll turn it this way. 12-inch single. And you got some more freaky little Prince. Alphabet Street and a couple other great stuff on here. This is Love Sexy. What else we have here? Oh, then we have Graffiti. Graffiti. Can't say it. Graffiti Bridge. It's about that time when Prince and Michael Jackson started looking like brothers. Let It Go, 12-inch single. And last but not least, have a sealed copy, 12-inch singles of The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. And that's what I have as far as, well, I'll take that back. Let me show the rest of the vinyl here. Have a 7-inch, I Want to Be Your Lover, as well as My Love Is Forever. Got 1999 and How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. Little Red Corvette and All the Critics Love You in New York. This is Let's Go Crazy. Yeah, Let's Go Crazy in Erotic City. And you got Purple Rain and God, and this is on the light there, purple vinyl. And what? I Would Die for You. And what's the other? Oh, Another Lonely Christmas. And then, of course, When Doves Cry in 17 Days. And over here, Raspberry Beret. She's Always in My Hair. Right? Yeah, She's Always in My Hair. And last but not least, you got The Look and Housequake 7-inch. So those are the 7 inches that I have. And then actually I don't really have that many CDs. I have 1999, Parade. Let's see, that's New Power Generation. Of course, it has Diamonds and Pearls on there. Right? Wait a second. Cream. See, I'm always getting this stuff. I can't keep track of what's on what album. Yeah, Diamonds and Pearls, Cream. I'm going to have to go back through and kind of take some of this back in. And then a little more right there. Yeah, I'm actually forgetting what's on some of these albums. That's crazy. So much crap. But so those are the CDs that I have. I have his greatest hits thing on my iTunes. So, you know, a lot of the basic hits are on there. I listen to quite a bit. And then Anticipation here with the double cassette. Nice little kind of one opens up that way, and then the other one opens up that way. Let's see here. Let's do it this way. Controversy cassette. A lot of these are repeats. 1999. Purple Rain. Around the World. And again, Under the Cherry Moon. And Diamonds and Pearls again. Alright, so that's pretty much my Prince collection. Alright, so next question. Name top 3 Prince albums. For the most part, it'd be kind of simple. I would say, if I had to choose my top 3, you've kind of already heard what what 2 of them are for sure. Which is going to be Under the Cherry Moon. Probably number 2 for me. Because, I mean, without question, it may be his more played out stuff, but you got to go with Purple Rain in my opinion. And then next, it really would be a battle between this one right here. Matter of fact, I'd make it a tie, or I would make this an honorable mention. And then I'd have to, again, go with 1999. I mean, it's hard to kind of deny, in my opinion, those 3 Prince albums. So those will be my favorite 3 Prince albums. Now, next question. Name 3 Danish artists that you like, and then kind of show 3 albums of Danish artists that you like, be it the entire band, a member, whatever the case may be. There was really only 2 that came to mind. I mean, I like King Diamond, but I don't really have any of his stuff. I actually had to look that up based on that link that you put in the bottom of your video. But I don't have any King Diamond stuff at all. And the only other ones they showed on there, the link, which are the only 2 that came to my mind, actually. Because, I mean, I don't get that much into that type of background stuff with music. You know, outside of maybe Rush being from Canada, that's about the extent of where I know bands come from. You know? I mean, I know a lot of hair bands came from California, and, you know, if that's even on the same level. But, of course, one, I have to go with Mike Tramp, excuse me, lead vocals for White Lion. He's Danish origin. And, you know, Carsten, I cannot talk today for whatever, blah blah, look at that, for whatever reason. But, you know, of course, this is a great album. The song Tell Me is probably my favorite track off this album. I just mentioned that in the video a little while ago. And then, you know, my boy Lars. Everyone knows that he is from Danish descent, if you will. Is that how you say it? Danish descent? But, and actually, one of the reasons why I knew that is I always remember Dave Mustaine in Some Kind of Monster talking to Lars, and he just made that comment about how he missed his little Danish friend or something like that. I remember him saying that when I first saw that years ago, and it just stuck in my mind. So, of course, you got Metallica. And since I always pull out Master of Puppets, I pulled out again anyway. So I'm going to show Master of Puppets there, as well as Death Magnetic and Justice for All. I don't know, I guess that's 4 albums, but still. Since I couldn't think of really a third person, I thought I'd just show 4 different albums. So anyway, there you go. It took a lot longer than I expected. But again, Carsten, congratulations on the 250 subs, man. So happy for you. Definitely looking forward to you getting a lot more. And that'll be it for now. Alright, so take care, VC. I will see you pretty soon when I knock out the rest of these threads over the next day or two. Alright, take care, guys.